I was born on the banks of the Red River with Louisiana mud, thick skin. I'm Gertie Mae's granddaughter. I come from a line of women who sip resilience with their coffee. So when life came swinging, I learned to bend and not break. I'm Edwin's daughter. He gave me a crown at my birth, taught me the difference between queen and princess, told me to never settle for second because I was born first, told me to never settle for running because I can fly. I am the one that's in the fight with you as long as you're fighting for yourself. I am both teaching and learning, giving and growing. I am but a vessel, the sum of God's grace and favor. I am Latasha Bailey, internationally certified life coach and author. No matter where I'm speaking in the world, I always start with that introduction. It is my mantra, my reminder of who I am and from where I've come. It is my way of gathering myself in the face of nervousness, anxiety, and imposter syndrome that tries to quell my confidence. You can call it a ritual or a routine, but it's more like mental programming. See, some researchers say that the human brain is the most powerful supercomputer. They estimate that it can calculate 1,016 processes per second. Your brain is always working, consciously and subconsciously. And like any other computer, it needs to be programmed to work for your highest good, efficiently and effectively. When I was a little girl, my father literally spoke life to me. He told me my entire life, "You are confident and unstoppable." He would say things to me like, "You are smart. You are strong. You are the Wonder Woman of your time. You are a queen and not a princess." Before I learned to affirm myself, my father's words were my solid ground. They were the foundation on how I learned to view myself. In some of the darkest days of my life, my father's words that I'd heard thousands of times literally saved me. See, my father was the kind of man that celebrated my every win and found a lesson in everything that I perceived was a loss. You could say that he started affirming me and building my mental programming before I was even born. It is no accident that I come to you today to talk about mental programming and the importance of positive thinking on the 9th anniversary of his passing. He's always with me that way. He taught me the most important lesson I've ever learned. You become what you think in repetition. He taught me to program my mind for confidence, success, and resilience. See, we are all living with internal programming created by our experiences, beliefs, and conditioning. In order to reshape our mental programming, we must begin to think about our thinking. Only when we become aware of our continuous thought patterns are we empowered to change them. Thinking about my thinking helped me to realize that our actions begin with our words, and our words begin with our thoughts. So if we control our thoughts, we control our destiny. Today, I'm going to give you 3 simple but important tips on how you can begin to control your mental programming. First, find your gratitude. When you survey your life, there's always something to be grateful for. I believe wholeheartedly that the things we focus on are the things that multiply in our lives. So why not focus on the things that you want more of? In everything that feels like a loss, there is a lesson. In everything that feels like a failure, there's an opportunity to evolve. In everything that feels like a burden, there's a chance to be strong. It is easy for us to get lost in the weight of our trials. But if you look for a win in your life, you will surely find one. Secondly, I want you to find your tribe. We all have times in our lives when the negative noise tries to run away with us. It is in those times that your tribe will be the most important. Surround yourself with people who can be your mirror. Allow them to show you yourself when you can't see the truth of your existence. Surround yourself with people who can celebrate you at the mountaintop moments of your life, but also hold your tears in their hands when you are in the valley. When it matters the most, your tribe will be the difference in how your mental programming shows up. Lastly, and most importantly, affirm yourself. Affirmations are short, positive statements written in the present tense. They can be used to refocus and reprogram your thoughts. They are used as a part of your daily routine or as a mantra in times when you need them the most. Think of your affirmations as a GPS system that will take your thoughts from where they are today to where you want them to be. Start with 3 simple phrases. I am, I have, I can. When I first began to affirm myself, I only had 3 simple statements. I am enough. I can do anything I put my mind to. I have everything I need. The most important thing about your affirmations is be consistent in your practice of them. When you are consistent, your brain will create a new pattern of belief based on your behavior. Your brain will literally create new pathways. The brain's neuroplasticity adjusts to the patterns in our behavior. So the more often you do something, the more often your brain will create a pathway to make that action efficient and effective. So practice really does make perfect. I am, I have, I can. Make sure that what you are thinking and saying about yourself are creating pathways in the direction that you want your life to go. I am, I have, I can. Remember that what you say about yourself is more powerful than what anyone else says about you. I am, I have, I can. Just as a computer's programming and coding is invisible to the eye, your thoughts and your mental programming are invisible to the eye. However, it will dictate how you show up in the world, just as computer programming dictates what we see on the screen. Remember that the battle for your joy, your peace, and your confidence begins in your thinking. So make sure that the coding you are putting into the supercomputer in your brain is built toward how you want to show up in the world. I will leave you with the lesson I learned from my dear father. Remember that what you think on repeat becomes your belief.